Welcome to Booking and Wrestler number 3. 3 for number Sheamus. That sounds so stupid. Okay, this is what we got. We got the ginger right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see him right there. This is about Sheamus winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship as a Celtic warrior, a true one. If you've seen the first 2 videos, you already know from the first video when he debuted back, I would have him dressed as a true Celtic warrior that came from Ireland back in the early 13th, 14th, 15th century. The second video would be him having a feud with Bad News Barrett. And while he's fighting Bad News Barrett, eventually the monarchy of Bad News Barrett would reach the point where he had to go to help from a fellow, well, not Englishman, but a descendant of one, which would be Vincent Kenny McMahon, who is Irish. He helps Bad News Barrett, and Sheamus gets so angry that a fellow Irishman turned to the monarchy that now we have a true feud on our hands between Vincent Kennedy McMahon and Sheamus. Now, I would focus on Kennedy McMahon and Sheamus only. This is not going to involve Triple H. This is not going to involve Stephanie. This is about Vince versus Sheamus. 2 Irishmen. One who truly loves to fight, and one who truly loves to fight in business. So you would have Vince fighting Sheamus in the best way he knows, with his business. He would basically start throwing people at Sheamus to beat him. And Sheamus would be happy to kick their asses, or arses, whatever you want to pronounce it. But essentially speaking, Sheamus would be going through the roster, fighting everyone that Vince would throw at him. And he would not give up trying to destroy Sheamus. But Sheamus keep beating everyone. And then beating down everyone with his freaking shillelagh. Every single time he wins, he whacks somebody with the damn shillelagh and lays them out, and they're not seen on TV. This is how you really get Sheamus over, showing that he's a true badass. Not only does he beat his opponent, he lays them out to the point they don't return. For at least a couple of months. So essentially, by the time Vince does this, about 5 people, excuse me, at this time I still have the flu. 5 people already have gone through Sheamus and have been beaten. Another 3 have been beaten by Sheamus and they're gone too. You don't see them. Eventually, Vince gets so angry that he throws the heavyweight champion at him, which I would choose Seth Rollins. Now, if Seth Rollins hadn't blown out his knee, this is what Seth Rollins would be used for. This, my goodness, people are noisy in my area today. But, sorry, but Seth Rollins would be used right now. And Seth Rollins, since he's Albanian, I believe, he would be going, I don't want to do this. I don't care about facing Sheamus. But he fights Sheamus because Sheamus starts fighting him. Eventually, Seth gets so sick of getting his butt almost destroyed by Sheamus that he relinquishes his title. 100% gives it up. He doesn't want to face Sheamus. Now, I know I'm making Seth Rollins into a chicken shit. This is not because I hate Seth Rollins. I'm doing this because I want Sheamus to be so dominant that people are terrified about him. If you've seen my first video and my second, people would be terrified of Sheamus because he doesn't care how he destroys you. He just destroys you and then destroys you again with the freaking shillelagh, the same one that Finn Finlay would use. This would reach a point where Vince wants to destroy Sheamus so badly that he finally calls out Triple H to go after him. And this would happen by Survivor Series. I said the match between Sheamus and Bad News Barrett would not have a real winner. And by the end, after that match, Bad News Barrett would go to Vincent Kenny McMahon for help. By Survivor Series, we would have had Sheamus going against Triple H. Triple H doesn't have the title. But Sheamus would be given the option to go after the title because this would be a title versus career match. This is how I would do it. There's no one having the title because Seth Rollins basically relinquished it because he didn't want to deal with it anymore. Vince wants to get rid of Sheamus so badly that he said to Sheamus, I'll give you some. 1 fight, 1 match. You go against my son-in-law. And if you beat him, you become World Heavyweight Champion. But if you lose, you're done. I destroy your contract. You can't get any lawyers on me. nothing. So Sheamus says, give it to me. Give me that fight. I want to fight and I want to beat you and let you know that a true Irishman kick your arse. And that is when Survivor Series would have Sheamus versus Triple H, career versus title match at the very end of the show. Sheamus would not dominate the match. He wouldn't. Because this is Triple H, God himself, and he would have help. But guess what? The original members of Bad News Barrett's monarchy, which would be Becky Lynch, Paige, and Neville, would come out and help him to make sure the people who were interfering would not win. Now, I know saying two divas going up against men probably wouldn't be the most wisest thing, but it doesn't matter. We're not talking about divas and regular male wrestlers. We're talking about countrymen to the Irish, because they gave up being part of the UK and believe in Ireland. They say it well beforehand that we believe in Sheamus. The Irish pride is strong. We love the Irish. They wear Irish hats and they care about St. Paddy's Day. But in the end, they help him. He knocks the head off of Triple H and he becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion by November. This is how I would book Sheamus from the very beginning through the year, and at the end of the year, he becomes the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So I hope you enjoyed this Booking the Wrestler. Please give me a comment below. I don't know who I'm going to do next, but I am going to say this. For each Booking the Wrestler, male or female, they will be going after their own subsequent titles. Now, if I'm talking about two men or two women, they will be going after their titles or getting the recognition they deserve. This is how I'm going to be doing my show. I'm going to book these wrestlers, giving them a shot at their own subsequent title. The Women's Championship, the Divas Championship, the Tag Championship, the IC Championship, the US Championship, or the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. If you believe that's the best format, and I do believe that, tell me how you feel below. But I hope you enjoyed this entire set of Booking Wrestler. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!